Good morning and welcome to GrainTV for March 8, 2012. Joining me today is Cody Bills and I'm Brock Shimbino. Today is Thursday, so that brings us the heavily anticipated export report. Cody, why don't you take us through the numbers?
Yeah, this week's export report, the theme really was bullish beans. However, corn was a slightly different story, coming in at 505,000 metric tons compared to 700,000 expected. Beans, however, just absolutely blew expectations out of the water, coming in at 1.6 million metric tons versus an expected 550,000. Now, 600,000 of those were actually new crop, and we saw China in the market in a big way, over 400,000 metric tons, both old and new crop. So this is very positive for beans going forward. Wheat also beat expectations, coming in at 578,000 metric tons versus 375, so that is very good to see, and that should be supportive of the markets. If you take a look at the weekly export sales progress here for corn, this is where we need to be in terms of meeting USDA expectations. Corn right now is ahead of pace 18 million bushels, not a big change from last week, declining about 4 million bushels as a result of that bar right there. However, take a look at soybeans. This is where there's just incredible improvement here. We're only down 6.7 million bushels compared to where we need to be to meet the USDA expectations. And for those producers out there that have been watching this report since the beginning of the marketing year, you have seen sales just bleeding. We just could not make a sale, and we were falling further and further behind pace. Well, as a result of the last 3 weeks, we have improved our position substantially. Just this week, we improved it by 25 million bushels as a result of these bars right there. If just as a display of how much these last 3 weeks has improved our position, you can see it right here. We go from almost minus 60 million bushels to just minus 6, and so we are on pace with. I would say we are about on pace with the USDA expectations. I would expect that we could actually even improve going into the later part of the year, simply because sales in the later part of the year are expected to be poor, and I think that considering the South American situation, I think we're going to see more and more sales pushed onto the U.S. books, and perhaps we'll see an increase in export anticipations from the USDA on Friday. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we're back, we're going to talk about the expectations for this WASDE report on Friday and perhaps what you can do to prepare for it.
The futures market has changed, and now over 80% of trades in Chicago are electronically executed. It is now easier than ever to get live quotes and execute trades from your home or office. GrainEdge clients pay $7 commissions per side and use the same FireTip platform we use on GrainTV. Take a demo today to get started. Welcome back to GrainTV. The markets are trading in Chicago, so let's go to Cody Bills for the live quotes.
Yeah, markets trading live right now. No real surprise on the quote board here. Soybeans, of course, outperforming in sales, and of course it is also doing very well this morning. Up 10, trading at 13.37 3/4. Corn up only 3 1/4, trading at 6.42, and wheat up 4, trading at 6.87 1/2. We have a WASDE report coming out, and I guess I'm wondering, Brock, what is the number that people are looking at? What are the numbers that are going to drive this market tomorrow?
Yeah, basically what we need to be looking at tomorrow is we're not going to see a whole lot of revisions for our domestic supply or demand. Where we are going to see revisions are for South America in their production numbers. Argentina corn, Brazil corn, as well as beans for both of those countries are all going to be revised lower based upon what the analysts are estimating. If we see the USDA fall in line with these estimates, that can only be bullish for the market going forward.
That sounds fair enough. Why don't we take a quick look at the charting landscape here for corn? One of the big things is that we've been chopping around in a range, and if you look at really kind of where we've been going, we've been bumping our head up against this level over 660, slightly over 660. I'm wondering, do you think that this report tomorrow is going to be enough to get us out of this range, up or to the downside?
I don't think this report is going to get us out of this range. We have pretty heavy resistance around that 650 to 660 area. And if you take a look at this chart, we actually have pretty good support from the 100-day and 50-day moving average right in that 635 area or so. So I don't think we're going to be able to get out of this range from this report.
So planning intentions report is really where all the fireworks is going to happen this year. And of course, one of the most important things as we go into those planning intentions is to keep an eye on that new crop corn, new crop soybean spread. And right here, you can see it's actually at the highest level that we've seen since the last planning intentions report. Is that correct?
Yeah, this is the highest level we've been at since that last report. We're basically at about a 2.32 ratio corn or bean price to new crop corn price. Last summer we were trading in the lower 2 area, so we've actually made up quite a bit of ground in the last several months. We've seen beans really take off lately due to some pretty good export sales and some production declines down in South America. I think these are going to continue. I don't know if we're going to have enough legs underneath the soybean market to make that ratio about the 2.5 area where producers like to see it to turn over to beans. So I think the acreage is not going to be swayed one way or the other by this ratio right now.
So right now we're not quite at the level, but if we were to continue this trend, there's a good chance that we could get at the level where it's very attractive to plant soybeans over corn.
Yeah, if we did continue on this trend, and if we saw some, planting delays in the spring where corn wouldn't be able to get in the ground as early as producers would like, we might see them switch over to beans, but that's yet to be determined. But as far as the planting intentions report, I think we're going to pretty much stay in line with what we're looking at right now.
That sounds fair enough. We're going to wrap up the show. If you guys have any questions, especially about tomorrow's report, give us a call at 877-472-4607. We'd be happy to talk with you and set you up with a free fire tip demo. You can watch the markets trade live in response to this WASDE report. Have a good one.